You know, when you're about to say something brilliant in a conversation and then somebody else speaks first and your thought just vanishes? Well, that's what happens to your creativity when you open your Instagram before you open your mind. Hi, welcome to episode 2 of Not Just Between Us, where we talk about the messy things, the different layers, and where everything doesn't necessarily fit into a tiny little box. Ever notice how children just create stuff without any hesitation? Like, they don't wait for the right inspiration to strike or whether their ideas are good enough. They just make stuff. Why do you think that happens? I think it's because creativity doesn't really come from consumption. It comes from giving yourself right space. I'll tell you my tiny rebellion. I don't use Instagram before I have created something of my own. So it's as simple as creation before any sort of consumption. My Instagram, my Twitter, my emails, places that are really filled or bombarded with a lot of ideas, I keep them away for a while. So here's how I start my mornings. It's usually by staring at a blank page or by looking outside the window. I think it's because for me, I am always going to give my own thoughts the right to attention before I give my attention to anything else in the world. Here's what I do in those cases. I read about this concept called thinking with hands in a book called Creative Confidence. The idea is that when your mind can't think, let your hands get to work. So you pick up a pen, you pick up a paper, and just scribble whatever comes to your mind, whether it's a brain dump, whether it's a mind map, whether it's just prototype that you're creating. Just let it flow in the best way it can, because that's when you're giving your mind that breather or that space to come up with something creative. I'd say try it this week. Create before you consume. So I guess it's not just between us anymore.